A girl who graduated 3 years ago arrived at her class reunion, but she found a room full of middle-aged men in their 40s and 50s. Thinking she'd entered the wrong room, she apologized and left. Standing outside, she fell into deep doubt, because there was a class notation written outside the room, so the girl knocked on the door again. This time, the serious middle-aged people suddenly became happy. They invited Mary to sit down. Then they announced the reunion was starting, but Mary just thought they were a bunch of drunks. However, the woman across from her suddenly called out Mary's name. She said it had been so long since they'd seen each other. Mary asked who they were, but all the middle-aged people became nervous. They said they were her high school classmates. Looking at these middle-aged people who were more than 10 years older than her, Mary was even more confused. So Mary asked what their high school homeroom teacher's name was. After getting the correct answer, Mary asked a series of detailed questions, but everyone was incredibly familiar with their high school lives. Then Mary looked at the guy with glasses sitting across from her. She finally remembered this person was Mike from high school. When Mary looked at the others, she realized this room full of uncles and aunties weren't strangers. They were the friends she graduated with 3 years ago. Seeing how confused Mary looked, her classmates explained that it hadn't been 3 years since graduation. It had been 30 years. Hearing this, Mary was shocked. She went to the bathroom thinking this was all just a hallucination. When she came back to the door, she reached a conclusion. She had somehow traveled 30 years into the future to her class reunion. But when she tried to enter the room again and pulled open the door, she discovered she was back in her high school days.